The Polaroid Now Plus is a massive step up from the original Polaroid camera. It still gives you the analog, nostalgic Polaroid images, but it adds to it. And in this video, I am going to waste a bunch of film showing you everything the app can do. But let me go over the basics real quick. On the side, you have your USB-C port to charge the camera. On the back, you have your on-off button. And when you turn it on, you will see how many pictures you have left in your film box. And on the front, this big red button takes your pictures. And you have this great cover for your lens to keep it protected. And if you want to stick to it only being analog, it also comes with a bunch of great filters. And with these, you really do just pop them over for that filtered effect. Now in my last video, I showed what you can expect from the filters. So in this video, let's get to the app. Now the first thing I love about the app is it doesn't actually require you to sign in or set up an account, but it will connect to your photo album on your phone if you allow it to add photos to it. It will only add photos that you scan. So I can scan a Polaroid I already did. And now I have my first Polaroid scanned on my phone. It's saved in the Polaroid app and you can save it to your main photo album. But the main part of the app is to connect it to your Polaroid. So all you want to do is turn on your camera and immediately notice that I turned it on as it went black. And then it automatically connected as well. I didn't have to do anything. And now that it's connected, I can tap on it and then it gives me a bunch of options. And I absolutely love that I can connect this to a tripod, makes this much easier. So the first one we're on is the remote. As it says, when you tap this shutter button, a photo is taken immediately. So try not to tap it by accident. And it has a couple options at the bottom. You can control the exposure value, and you can turn on or off the flash. I'm gonna leave the flash on and take a quick remote picture. And when the picture comes up, it'll always be covered by this protective film that just pops right back in. There's my first photo. We'll let that develop. Now, obviously the self timer is the same as the remote, but with a timer, so I'm going to skip that one, but it is very convenient that you have that control in the app. Now the double exposure allows you to capture two photos in one. So I can pick two things. So I'm going to take a picture of myself and then I'm going to flip it and take a picture of my Christmas tree because it is the season. So first photo, and it waits and then wants me to flip it and take that second picture. So now I have my double exposure. We'll see how that one comes out. And then it gives you aperture control. If it has a low f-stop, it's going to focus more on what's singular in the front of the field with everything else blurred. A higher f-stop will focus more of the composition. So I'm going to keep it on a low f-stop and see how this picture comes out. I think I did a really awkward smile for that one. Now, if you're going for a low light condition, you definitely want to use tripod mode just because it lets the camera be more sturdy. And this mode will take a longer time taking the picture to get a better shot. I'm not going to do this one as it basically is the same as remote, just designed for low lighting. So let's go to the next one. And then for portrait mode, it says I'm too dark for portrait effect, but it's basically the same as aperture. Now light painting is cool as it's going to do a slow shot that I can color over with, say, the flashlight on my camera. So let's give this one a try. I'm going to turn on the flashlight and take the picture. Looks like you get a lot of time actually. I don't know how well that one turned out because I was really confused by it. So let me try that one again. As near as I can tell, when you press the button, you're basically recording a video, and then when you press it again, it will stop, and then we'll combine that video into a picture. So I'm going to do that again and try to do better this time, and we'll see how that came out. And then finally, if you want to get really fancy, you can use manual. First one, standard remote photo, worked great. I am in low lighting, so it's not as good of a photo. And I really love the double exposure. It's a really great way to get a creative photo, and it's very nostalgic. Now the Aperture photo wasn't very interesting, mostly because I didn't have much going on in my background and the lighting wasn't great. So I've set up the Polaroid to actually aim towards me this time, so my background will include my Christmas tree. I might have blinked. And it does look like it focused more on me than the background, though the difference is subtle. And finally, the light paintings didn't come out at all. I was clearly too close to the camera, so I'm gonna do that one more time too, way further back in my room. So now I'm gonna stand here and do the light painting again. I'm gonna try to make a heart here. I have no idea how well that worked. And I am still totally failing on the light painting. Clearly, I need to be doing this in the dark. So keep that in mind. If you're doing light painting, don't follow my advice. Find someone who's actually more successful at this to show you how to do it, as it's a really good way to waste a lot of Polaroid pictures. And with that, I used up all the film in the film pack. These film packs only come with 8 pictures, so keep that in mind. And to replace the film pack, all you do is press this opening so this pops open, and you'll see this little sticker here. You have to pull on that to get out the old film pack. It takes a bit of a tug, and then you never want to open these until you're ready to start using them, as the film can develop over time with just exposure to air. And again, this is that pull tab. Don't remove that, as you'll need that to remove this film. And now when I pop this in, it will spit out that top cardboard piece for me. Pop it all the way in, close it up. There's that top piece of cardboard, and now it's ready to go for next time. Now I got this camera as an analog Polaroid camera, and for that it is fantastic. It is everything I want, and it works beautifully. And when it comes to the app, I personally love the remote and the timer controls and the double exposure. I think those are done really well. The Aperture is probably fantastic if you are a professional photographer and know what you're doing more than I do. Same with the light painting. But even as a beginner like me, the app is useful to have, and you really don't need it at all. This camera is fantastic on its own. I hope this video helped you understand a little bit more about the Polaroid Now Plus camera.